सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं. सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्म.
Hello. Namaste. Namaste. Can you hear? Audio is clear? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Bande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullarvindayada Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalido Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritam Mahate Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Jalagam Dharani Lopala Shalyagrahavathi Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula अश्वत्थाम विकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनि सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैः कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगण्डोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ Okay. Good evening and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. On a Sunday class, we are at Sankhya Yogam, second chapter. We finished up to 48. We finished up to 48th verse. 47th verse. Yeah, correct. Yeah. 47th verse, yeah. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhur ma te sangostva karmani. Very important verse which we covered in our last session. So what is the karmanyeva adhikaraha te, that all you have you only have to do, your adhikaram is on karma, and ma phaleshu kadachana, never get attached with the result of it, and ma karma phalaheturbhuh, don't be a cause for both karma and phalam. So that means you don't have any doership in it. Bhagavan says, Arjuna, never have doership. So don't be the reason or don't be the cause. Ma karma phala hetur bhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. So because of this, don't be lazy and never get into not doing any action. Okay, so because of that, don't become lazy and then cultivate tamasa buddhi. So this we explained very clearly in our last session. So we'll proceed to the 48th verse. So Bhagavan continues, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. It's a beautiful verse where Bhagavan says, Bhagavan clearly defines the yoga. What is yoga? What is yogam? It's a very clear explanation for yogam. What is yogam? Definition of yoga. Yogastha kuru karmani. Hey Arjuna, Sangam tyaktva. Arjuna, Dhananjaya, Sangam tyaktva. Sangam tyaktva means phala sangam tyaktva. Okay, never get attached to the karma phalam. Okay, again, so this is all karma yoga only. Phala sangam tyaktva, then siddhya siddhyo. Siddhyo asiddhyo means whether you win or whether you lose, or whether you gain or whether you lose. In both the situations, siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva. Samo bhutva means keep your mind in equanimity. Stay in equanimity. Equanimity of the mind is the most important thing. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva. Okay, keep your mind in equanimity. And then yogastaha. Yogastaha means Brahma Nishtha. Stay in Brahma Nishtha or Jnana Nishtha. Yogastaha. Stay in Yogastaha. Karmani Kuru. Do all your actions. Okay. Do all your actions. Karmani Kuru. When you are in equanimity. So, equanimity of the mind, keeping your mind in equanimity, do all your karmas, do all your work, and samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam, that your equanimity of the mind, okay, this steadiness of the mind and undisturbed mind, okay, samatvam, this is yoga uchyate. This is yoga. This is yoga. So the ultimate definition of yoga is this: samatvam yoga uchyate. There are various definitions of yoga in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and uh, the correct definition of yoga is yogam is this: samatvam, that is steadiness of the mind, equanimity of the mind, that is yoga, that is yogam. Shanti, okay, undisturbed mind, that is the yoga. Now, a mind which is undisturbed, it forms Brahma Swarupam. It is the Brahma Swarupam. A mind which is undisturbed, okay, which is in Atmanishtha, it takes Brahma Swarupam. It takes the Brahma Swarupam. This is the rule. See, a mind which is scattered means which is running after fulfilling the various desires in this life, various desires towards the for name and fame or making money or all that, whatever the mind which thinks with the Veda Buddhi, the mind which thinks this world is real and running after all this scattered mind is a disturbed mind. Whereas a mind which is established in self, which understands, which knows my true nature is Atma, my true nature is Brahman, that mind comes to a steady mind, an undisturbed mind, equanimity of the mind. This mind is the, it takes the form of Brahman. It's a Brahma Rupam. Okay. So this steadiness of the mind is yoga. This is our ultimate goal in life: equanimity. Okay, steadiness of the mind. This is our goal. So this practice is what Bhagavan says: yogastaha, yogastha kuru karmani. Yogastaha means stay in Atma Tattvam. Realize yourself. Self realization is the ultimate goal of life. Now, how to do that? How to do that? One, dhyanam. Dhyanam is meditation, Vedantic meditation. Okay, Vedantic meditation. Keep the your mind or meditation in Nirguna Parabrahma. See, every day we can try this. We should do this in the morning or in the evening before going to bed, or the moment we get up. All these times we should practice this Vedantic meditation. Atma Vicharam. Atma Vicharam is not just chanting mantras or some doing some japa, etc. Okay, so Atma Vicharam is again and again reflecting on our true nature. And this Atma Tattvam, which we realize first in ourselves, and we see Brahman in everywhere. All that we see, all the various objects of this universe which we experience or which we perceive with our sense organs is Brahman. That is Brahman. And seeing Bhagavan in everything around us is Dhyanam. Okay, this Dhyanam can be on Nirguna Parabrahmam. Okay, see God in everything, see Bhagavan in everything, Nirakaram, Nirguna Brahmam. See this, or we in our intellect, we use the intellect. Okay, use the intellect and practice this, that everything I see is Brahman. Morning, as soon as we get up, do some meditation for say half an hour, Atma Vicharam. Okay, so this requires Shastram. This requires a Shastra Buddhi is required. Shastram is right. Through the Yukti, through the Vedantic Shastram, analyze it. Analyze, am I this body? Am I this mind? How why we say that Aham Brahmasmi? Why do I say that Aham Brahmasmi? This is Atma Vicharam. Okay, not chanting some mantras or slokas etc in the morning. That is can be done once this is 100% the shastram has been understood clearly. After that, when you chant mano buddhya hankara chitta ninaham, all that prakarana stotras and etc, when we chant all that, then we should reflect this knowledge. So initially use all the your intellect, use the Prakarana Granthas or Bhagavad Gita, etc. Understand the Tattvam very clearly, that Aham Brahmasmi, my true nature is Brahman, and all that which appears is Brahman only, right? Everything you see gold in all ornaments, the same way you see Bhagavan in everything. This constant reflection is Vedantic meditation. This when we do in the morning, and also as we start moving around, whether it is in cooking or working in the office. Okay, the people that you see, the boss or the subordinate or the people whom you come across in all walks of life, going to the market and then buying sabji etc, whatever, when you are handling your family members, see this Bhagavan in everyone inside. Okay, inside. In transaction, it is that is not the way. In transaction, we don't transact that way, but inside we understand that everything is Brahman only, everyone is God. This constant reflection, one do dhyanam sitting somewhere in the morning, and do some half an hour or 40 minutes of meditation. After that, do the same kind of dhyanam before we go to bed. Do that, and in between also, all the actions, whichever action you, whichever karma you do. So whatever comes in while doing your actions, everything, the water, the rice, or the idli or dosha or coffee or water, anything that you come, including toothpaste and toothbrush. When you take toothbrush and toothpaste, you see Brahman in that also. I'm not joking. Actually, is it not? You analyze it. What is this? What is this toothpaste and toothbrush and idli or people? Everything is nothing but Brahman only. Brahman, the God expresses or God's manifestation of all this. When you reflect it again and again, what will happen is you have no hatred towards anything, and there is no attachment towards any of these objects. Let it be the people or the money, or there will be no attachment. Attachment, please do not get confused with love. Attachment is you expect something and then you show affection, that is attachment. Whereas love is unconditional. Love is unconditional, and the love is God, or God is love. There is no difference between these two. And unattached attitude, unattached, unconditional love it is. So this will develop in us. When you see, there will be absolutely no hatred. But in the transaction, you, if you need to act somewhere angry, okay, if we need to act, if you need to act a little anger at some places, that is perfectly all right. But that the showing of this acting of this anger, actually we are not angry, but if you show a little bit anger, that anger should not be for hurting others. It should do good to others. It should do good to self also. Okay, this is very, 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 very important, how we handle things. If we need to act a little bit, but it will not happen, it will not happen frequently. At the most, at the worst case scenario only, we will need to act with a little bit of anger. Okay, so even if we need to act a little bit like a mother scolding a child, the attitude is not hurt, or the attitude is not for any self benefit, personal benefit. The love that the mother shows towards a child, when the mother gets angry little bit, that kind of acting, that kind of acting is okay. But that also will slowly vanish, that also will go away, and the mind will be very pure. Get rid of this raga dvesham, remove this raga dvesham completely by doing a karma, and get rid of this raga and dvesha, remove the attachment and aversion. So this dhyanam is, this can be on a nirguna parabrahma. And if that is not possible, each one of us may have a ishta devata. Some may be a worshipper of Krishna, some may be worshipper of Kali or Durga or Skanda or Shiva. Okay, or it can be any god, any deity, or any god, ishta devata. So that also can be done. And there we have to remember that when we do a saguna saguna brahma upasana, or we must see Krishna in everything. When we see people, when you see toothpaste or toothbrush or idli dosha, anything that we see, it is Krishna. There is nothing other than Krishna. So you see Krishna in everything, or you see Kali in everything. You see Ambama, or you see Skanda, Muruga, in everything. You see all that, you see is nothing but your Ishtadevata. That also that also is perfectly all right. So that kind of upasana must be there. There also we must see Bhagavan in everything. Every any 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 karma we do, we should see that Bhagavan in all the materials and people and animals and plants, etc. This constant meditation, constant practice, okay, this constant practice releases from, makes us pure, makes the mind very pure. When the mind is pure, already atma jnanam is there. Okay, and it will reveal itself as shanti, or equanimity of the mind. And this mind, which is undisturbed, which is devoid of raga and dvesha, devoid of attachment and aversion, is Brahmarupam, Brahmaswarupam. That mind, that is, Bhagavan has told in which chapter, 1 second. Yeah, fifth chapter. In fifth chapter, 19th verse, Bhagavan says, Ihaiva tairjita sargo yesham samye sthitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te sthitaha. Fifth chapter, 19th verse. Ihaiva tairjita sargaha. Arjuna, uh, fifth, one second, just let me take out that. Yeah. Ihaiva tairjida sargo yesham samye sthidam manaha, whose mind is totally devoid of this bheda chinda, this bheda buddhi. You are different, I am different, this is different, that is different, all that bheda buddhi, whose mind is devoid of this bheda buddhi, and who sees sarvam brahmamayam, everything is brahman only, everything is God, there is nothing other than God. He, when he is having this body, that is, he is a jivan mukta, even when this belong with this body, in this body, he overcomes srishti. Okay, he overcomes srishti, jita sargaha. There is no srishti. What is srishti? Ultimately, srishti is nothing but this bheda buddhi. When you see necklace, when you see bangles, okay, not seeing, when the moment you see gold, the necklace and bangles will vanish. But the moment you see a necklace, okay, a necklace in gold, or a neck, you are seeing the gold as necklace, that is srishti. When you see a bangle in gold, actually you are seeing the gold, but when you see the gold, you are not seeing the gold, but you are seeing the bangle, the names and shapes, that is srishti. But when we don't see the names and forms, naturally the what we see is only Brahman. So that, with that kind of attitude, with that kind of seeing, this releases from the raga and dvesha. So one who realizes in this way, they brahmani sthitaha, he stays in atmajnanam, he stays in only Brahman. That is what the fifth chapter, 19th verse. योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय, सिद्ध्य सिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते. See, there is a beautiful sloka in it's called Varaha Upanishad. One second. Yeah, the sloka goes like this: पुंगानुपुंगविषये क्षणतत्परोऽपि ब्रह्मावलोकधिषणां न जहाति योगी, सङ्गीतताळलयनृत्तवशङ्गतापि मौलिस्थकुम्भपरिरक्षणधीर्नटीवा. This is in Varaha Upanishad, second chapter, 82. I mean, I am quoting this from another book of a Mahatma. There, this what the verse says is that the one who is, this verse, yogastaha, one who is yogastaha, you stay in Atmanishtha, stay in Brahmanishtha, and do all your actions, do all your karma, whatever is there, all the karma you perform, stay in Brahman. So this is explained here. How, see, in Tamil Nadu and other Karnataka also, I think there is called the Kumbhatam, or Karagatam is called, where the dancer keeps a pot on her head, right? The dancer keeps a pot on her head and she dances. But while she is dancing to the music of Nadaswaram and the other Tavil, we call it Tavil, with the drums and all that, along with the music, when the dancer, she dances means moving her hands and legs and her body, all the acrobatics she does. While she is performing this dance, her mind is fixed on the pot. The pot is never moves even a millimeter from its place. So her mind is always fixed on the pot, that the pot should never fall, it should not slip from her head. This way, when she is able to perform her dance perfectly, Sangeeta Tala Laya Nritta Vasangatapi, with all that, what the music and drums, etc., when she is performing, then Maulistha Kumbha Parirakshana Dhir Nativa, like the dancer, the way she is able to hold the pot without slipping, her mind is fixed on the pot. The same way a yogi, a yogi does all his actions, whatever he is do, all his swadharma, he or she performs the swadharma to the perfection, sincerely and effectively and efficiently, with the mind totally undisturbed. Why it is undisturbed? It is, the mind is undisturbed only because the mind does not have any attachment or aversion towards anything in this world, including the body. So this is a perfect way in Varaha Upanishad is explained. Sangeeta Tala Laya Nritta Vasangatapi Maulistha Kumbha Parirakshana Dhir Nativa. So 48th verse is Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Siddhya Sadhyo. Whether, why Siddhya Sadhyo? Visiddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva. Whether it is it how Siddhi and Asiddhi is Siddhi means Jayam, or win, or labham, or profit, or all that, which is when we do any karma, when we perform any karma, if the result is favorable, we say that it is siddhi. And when the result is not favorable, when the result is unfavorable, we say it's a failure. Whereas a yogi, he is not at all attached with this karma phalam. He is not attached. There is a story of Chanakya. Once, is there in one of the book I read. Chanakya planned a war. He planned. Chanakya is the great Brahmana who was in the King Chandragupta's Maurya dynasty. He was the one who is instrumental in. So during that time, there was a war. He planned the war, and he told the King Chandragupta, and then proceed with this war. The plan failed, and all of them ran back, came and then said, Master, the plan failed. Oh, is it? So very good. So we'll go to plan 2. So King Chandragupta asked Chanakya, so this time will we be able to succeed? This will be a successful? You won't believe what Chanakya laughed and said, who wants success? Who wants success? So the point is, it is either it could be failure or it can be success. That does not at all depend on the the attitude of the person. The person can, the action can be anything, but the result is not only dependent on the action. It can depend on various outside factors. So these factors will definitely affect the the result of it, which is beyond the control of the one who is doing the action. എടുത്തിട്ട് വെക്കോ അത് അങ്ങ് അതൊക്കെ കൊണ്ടുപോയി. Okay, so yeah, yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. One second there. Yeah. So all the actions, okay, all the actions to be performed as a Ishvara puja. When we do all our actions as an Ishvara puja, then all that results, whatever be the result of the actions will be, we will accept the results of our actions as a prasada, as a Bhagavan's prasadam only. So when we accept the prasadam from Bhagavan, there is absolutely no siddhi or asiddhi. It is never considered as favorable or unfavorable. So this favorable condition and unfavorable condition is felt by the mind only because we are not accepting the results as it is. So when we do all our karmas as a Bhagavan's puja, let it be cooking, or let it be going to the office, or let it be working as a doctor or engineer, or whatever be the work that we do, whenever the karma, all karmas are done as Bhagavan's puja. So when we do as Ishvara puja, and then the result of it is accepted as Bhagavan's prasadam, doing this again and again is karma yoga. So when we do this again and again, whenever there is a disturbance, initially the disturbance will be very high. When there is a disturbance is high, when we apply this, when we use our intellect and apply this as Ishvara puja and Bhagavan's prasada, the raga and dvesha is removed, and slowly the mind becomes purified, and then the mind will stay in yoga sthiti. Okay, that is 48th verse. It's a beautiful verse. Even when we perform this, there will be at one point we will not even worry about whether there will be self realization or God realization. That also will go away. Even the moksha prapti or the Ishvara prapti, that desire also will vanish. That also will not be there. We will not be bothered about even that. Just imagine a state of like that. Ishvara prapti also, that parama, that will be our lakshyam, that will be our goal, that ultimate goal of Ishvara prapti. Also, we will not worry about it. So you can imagine the state of a mind in that level. Absolutely no worry, absolutely pure, not even worrying about whether I will realize God or not. Fantastic. And that state of mind is called Brahmanishtha. Now we'll move to the 49th. If someone who is not in this path, what will happen to him? दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणाः फलहेतवः. Hey Arjuna, buddhi yogat durena, that is one whose buddhi here is Ishvara buddhi. Okay, Ishvara buddhi, one whose buddhi is not buddhi yoga durena means the karma that is done without Ishvara buddhi. Okay, without Ishvara buddhi, this karma avaram means cheap, nikrishtam it is. It is cheap. This karma which is not done with Ishvara Buddhi is cheap or nikrishtam. Buddhau sharanam anvicha. You Buddhau, here the Buddhi, Buddhau means Ishvara Buddhi, sharanam anvicha. You find solace in that. You stay in Ishvara Buddhi. Then Phalahetabaha Kripanaha. Phalahetabaha. Phalahetabaha means one who is looking forward to a favorable result. Okay? Okay? They are Kripanaha. Kripanaha means uh, uh, they are qualified for sympathy. We can only sympathize with them. We can only sympathize with these people. The people who are doing their karma with a desire. With a desire means with a adamant they want this result only, with an adamant nature. I want this result. I want it to be favorable only. Why somebody wants any result to be favorable? It is because of the me and mine attitude. Only because of me and mine attitude, when somebody does that one, that is, I want this for myself. I want this. I want to improve my uh, position in wherever I am, and I want to have, but let others, let them suffer, or let them go to hell, I don't care. This kind of attitude, one who is doing in this buddhi, which is not Ishvara Buddhi, they are, why they we can sympathize with them. Why do we feel sorry for them? Only because they will come back here. This cycle of Janma and Maranam, death and birth, is inevitable for people who do their karma with a desire. Why? Because the purpose of life is to get rid of karma vasana. The purpose of life is to flush out the karma vasana. A person who is constantly doing their karma for a desired result, and then when the desire is fulfilled, he continues to the next one, and then once that is fulfilled, he continues, he does the another karma. Like that, this karma goes on, and the karma vasana increases in that person. It grows, and this growth of this karma vasanas will lead to death of the body, and the mind which has got unfulfilled desires, it will produce another body. So the cause of all these problems is durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya. Durena, one who is away from the Ishvara Buddhi. See, the mind can rest only on two things. One is Bhagavan, or the result. All the results, anxious about the result. A scattered mind. The mind is never on God. Mind is always on anxious about what is going to happen next. If we look at ourselves, if we look at our minds, we will know that our mind is always worried. What will happen? But for each karma we do, we will think whether this will be good, or whether this will be, the result will be favorable to me, whether it will be or including this talk, the discussion that we are doing, whether this is fruitful, or whether this is not be, whether this is reaching the people, or whether am I giving this talk is correct way, or am I not doing. If I am anxious about it, I won't be able to uh, uh, discuss this correctly. The efficiency will go down the moment we are anxious. Okay, it will affect the karma. See, sometimes Sometimes we won't be able to even enjoy whatever we get out of it. See, we okay, there was a desire to buy a car, for example. Okay, we go and then we give some money, a lot of money, and then we buy the car, very nice car, and then beautiful, and then brought home. Okay, and next day or next day you have to take it the overnight. Okay, overnight there can be some boys playing in the car park, etc. They must have just scratched one portion, a small scratch, or a small scratch, maybe there before only, we don't know. But the moment we come in the morning and then see the scratch, all that happiness of buying it and driving it is gone. We'll take the car, and then all the time we will be worrying about, thinking about this, who did this scratch to my car. I spent so much money, and this scratch is there. So even this this sort of a mind will not be able to even enjoy whatever is there with us. We buy, sometimes we buy a new house, etc., and then we go enter there, we see the tiles and all, and everything is nice. At one point there is some small dark patch of some little bit of paint has spilled somewhere by the painters. Seeing this, oh my god, the unhappiness, all everything else, we forget to see the goodness of everything else, and we will be focusing on that the little spot of paint in the house only. So, if we are anxious about each and everything, we will lose even the happiness of what we have even achieved. This is like I told the story earlier also. There was a barber, this barber was very happy doing in a king's palace. This is told by Sri Ramakrishna Paramhamsar. So this guy, he was always he was very happy, and then he was very content and all that. One day, this barber, on his way back from this thing, he was sitting under a big tree. I forgot the exact situation, but I'll tell whatever I remember. He was sitting under the tree, and then there was a, asheriri, a voice heard. It said that there is a, you want, if you want gold coins, there is a ghatam, okay, pot full of gold coins you will find. So he said, yes, I want. So he got, and then he counted the coins, just about 90 only. So he was thinking, "Oh, I want to make it 100 gold coins." Till that time, he was very happy, absolutely fine. And next day onwards, his mind is now how to make this 100. So he, next day onwards, he asked, next month, and he told king that I need a raise in my salary. So the king gave him extra, and all that money he collected, he reduced his even normal expenditure with his wife and kids, reduced other expenses whatever possible, he cut down everything. Normal, he reduced even the food also, and he started collecting all that, and he started putting into this 90, 91, like that he started. And again he went, and he became dukhi, all the time unhappy. One day the king asked, I have raised your wages every month, I am raising, but still you are unhappy. Did you go and then did you get a ashariri uh, when you are sitting under the tree? The king asked. This guy was surprised. He said, how did you know, king? The king said, yeah, he tried it with me also. I told him, the moment I get the pot and the gold coins, I will spend the next moment. If that is okay, you give. So the Ashariri vanished, he did not give only. So like that, we forget what we have, and we will be looking for that extra one piece which is missing in our lives. This is what is happening with each one of us. We forget what we have. Even you go for a marriage, you will see. You just go for a marriage, you go alone, they will ask why your wife didn't come. You go with your wife, they will ask why you only your wife came, why did you bring your children. You go yourself, your wife and your children, the marriage, they will ask why did you bring your parents. It is like that. Nobody is thinking, okay, what has come, I am fine with it. Whatever is there, I am fine with it. Everyone is looking for that extra one piece, that extra one thing, and anxious about it, and worrying again over and over and over and again. In that worries, we all forget even to enjoy what we have also. Okay, that is little digression. That's okay. And we are anxious about, see, the karma is like that. Whatever we get out of the karma, out of these desires, we get something, and we forget this fact that we will lose it. Everything will be lost at one point, because we forget that this body has got a shelf life. The body will leave this world at that time. All that money, everything will go. One of my very close friend, he told me that, see, if your children are good, if your children are good, they will not expect your money. And if your children are not good, they are bad, they don't deserve your money. So this is something which a big tattvam, he said. He just casually he told, if if the children are good, they will not expect a single rupee from their parents. If the children are bad, they don't deserve your money. So ultimately, what the point is, the money or whatever the people possess is no use for anyone. Not so. It is like that. Okay. So durena hyavaram karma. This is what happen. One who is not having Ishvara buddhi, ultimately the person, the life will be kripana. दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जया बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ. Buddhau Sharanamanicha. Buddhau means Ishvara Buddhi. That Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Reka. Earlier Bhagavan said only that one pointed Buddhi. What is that one pointed Buddhi? The Buddhi is there is only Bhagavan here. There is nothing else. Sarvam Brahmamaya. All that is here is only Brahman, and Aham Brahmasmi. My true nature is Anandam. I am not this body, I am not this mind, and my only goal is equanimity of the mind, Samatvam. Equanimity of the mind is my goal, and my only goal is Ishvara Sakshatkaram. And for that, I don't need any objects. I have to only realize my true self. I don't need anything. I don't need the money. I don't need name and fame. Why? Because in my own experience, I found that these things are not giving any happiness to me. These things are all temporary. These things are never permanent. The only thing that is permanent and which is ever present is in me, that me. I is only the truth. All that, the mind, the body, the intellect also will walk away one day. It is not permanent. The intellect is, it will walk away. One day it will walk. The way the health will walk away. Everything will walk away. Because we say walk away. That is the nature of this body. This is not as something new science which has come up. This is not something discovered today or for Eternity, this is the truth. All the names and forms will vanish, including the sun. You can imagine, after billions and billions of years, after so many billions of years, the sun will not be there. Then what about the humans or the plants and etc.? Everything will change its name and form, because that is its nature. Because the names and forms are not true. The names and forms are not true. That which is expressing itself or manifesting itself as the names and forms is that one tattvam, that is Brahman, and that is Bhagavan. And this Bhagavan cannot be experienced using this medium. The upadhi, the body mind complex, cannot experience it, because the experience that is being possible is because of that is behind all this. That is what is expressing itself as this medium. Then how can the medium go and look at it? The medium cannot. We only can understand, that's all. You cannot experience it. Then just now we said samatvam yoga uchyate, the mind which takes brahmarupam and all that. What does that mean? So that means the mind is taking the form of brahmarupam. What is it? It is the phalam. It is the jnana phalam. It is. That is the phalam. When the mind is in shanti, when the mind is equanimity of the mind, that is the result of this knowledge. There is shanti, or the shanti is not necessary for Brahman. Brahman is shanti. Brahman is Satchidananda Swarupam. It is a mind which realizes it fully, is in equanimity, is in shanti. That is what our goal. If a mind is shanti, then we say it is equanimity of the, then we say the Brahma Anubhavam, we call it. So, Samatvam Yoga, this person who realizes this, what he transcends Sargam, he transcends Srishti. That is what the fifth chapter, 19th verse we said. So, one who is not able to realize this fact, then his mind is always scattered. Okay, that scattered mind is Durena Hyavaram Karma Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. That karma, which karma? Which is not done as a service to others. When the actions of this body is not a service to others, with an attitude of gaining something for myself, that buddhi, with that buddhi, whoever does the karma, they are kripanaha. Kripanaha means it is cheap, and also they will definitely fall down. They will go to andhakaram. Andhakaram means cycle of birth and death is inevitable for them, because that is the nature. One who does not realizes that my true nature is Atma, which is Ajo Nitya Shashvatoyam Puranaha, Na Hanyate Hanyamane Sharire, Na Jayade Mriyadeva Kadachid Nayam Bhutva Bhavita Vana Bhuyaha. One who does not realizes that my true nature is that, then the only other possibility is I am this body. So one who does not realize that Aham Brahmasmi, what is the next? Aham, this I am this body. And when I understand that I am this body, there is death. There is definitely death for this body. Body means, does not this, I don't mean this physical body. Body means the three bodies: Karana Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, and Sthula Shariram. All these three bodies together is called body. So the Sthula Shariram will fall down one day. Sukshma Shariram will continue its journey to fulfill its desires and find another body, and it continues. So this drama that is happening in this Brahman world will continue as per the law of karma, etc. And the suffering is never ending. And when the suffering is never ending, they are kripanaha. They are kripanaha. They are kripanaha in the sense we can only sympathize with them. Okay. Durena hyabaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau saranamanvicha kripana phalahetabaha. Phalahetabaha kripanaha. Okay. Phalahetabaha means one who is uh, trying to fulfill his desires. Phala hetavaha, he becomes the cause of this phala. Earlier he said no, ma karma phala hetur buhu. Bhagavan said no, ma karma phala hetur buhu. Don't become the karma or phalam. Don't be a doership. Don't take any doership. Here Bhagavan says phala hetavaha karpanaha. Okay. We'll continue from 50th onward. I thought I will do 50th also, but today there is no time. From 50th onwards, we will continue from next week. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Om.